Wow. It feels great to be up here, behind this podium. It's like a magical feeling. I don't know if you felt it too, Zishan. Seeing the TV, all the audience. I've dreamt about this moment for 4 years now, and being here is better than I could have imagined. But I would not be here were it not for the people that helped me along the way. So I'd like to thank my mom, who's always been there to support me through every trial, who's always been there to bolster my confidence. She always told me, Upayan beta, no matter what anyone else says, you're the most handsome boy at school. And we all know that's true. But more importantly, she also told me that true beauty comes from within the heart. And that's advice that I always seek to follow for the rest of my life. I'd like to thank my dad for teaching me that true happiness comes from within, and also for instilling in me a sense of practicality, teaching me the importance of having a presence of mind. Advice that I wish I'd remembered when I left my backpack behind on the train in Finland. I'd also like to thank my brother for being the hero for me to emulate, for blazing a trail that I can only hope to follow. And I'd like to thank my academic adjudicators, Ms. Hempsey for teaching me the importance of common sense, Mr. Meyer for teaching me analytical skills, Mr. Mazzio, Mr. Van Winkle, and Mr. Sigbefia for inciting in me a scientific curiosity, and for not getting annoyed no matter how many questions I asked. Mr. Rendell and Mr. Schultz for teaching me what good jokes are, Ms. Abiad and Ms. Koya for helping me with robotics and debate club, and Mr. Obama, don't look, he's not there today, but for Mr. Obama for inspiring me to run for Stuco president. And last but not least, I'd like to thank myself. For working hard for the first 3 years of high school. He really covered up for me for this year of senioritis. So, I'm supposed to give you a speech today. This is probably the first speech I've ever given, so I'm kind of nervous. The time has finally arrived. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. As will be tomorrow, the day after, and all the days to come. But today is special because today is probably the only happy breakup that we will ever have. Today is the end of an exciting, torrid, fun-filled relationship that we all have had with Dhahran High School. But before I officialize this breakup, I'd like to take a moment to reflect upon our many accomplishments. Because as Matthew McConaughey once said, sometimes you have to go back to actually move forwards. This class of 2017 has undoubtedly been one of the most successful classes this school has ever seen. We survived Ebola. We survived the Brexit. We survived the US presidential elections, and even, let's not forget, we even survived Mr. Sigbafia's AP Physics 2 class and HL Physics classes. Yeah. We learned a lot about other cultures. Although my friends at home in Texas are still disappointed that I don't ride a camel to school. And we survived the torture that was Schaefer riding. We spent countless late nights assiduously reviewing notes on Spark Notes, Cliff Notes, E-Notes, Shmoo, Lit Charts, and in moments of desperation, even Yahoo Answers. We honed our negotiation skills as we grade grubbed with Miss Tinty for that one extra point that would take us from a B to an A. We acquired leadership and communication skills as we signed up for extracurriculars to pad our resumes and show we're more than just book smart. And when we didn't get those coveted leadership positions, we even started our own clubs. Our class saw the creation of the Robotics Club, the Young Women's Association, and the MMA Club. And existing clubs flourished during our presence. We brought home victories from Oasis and Psychic tournaments. We showcased our musical talents at TASM and the Honor Band. We served the less fortunate as we traveled with Habitat for Humanity. And we tried to solve global problems as we traveled with Model United Nations. And so, it is in reward for those 3 years of perspiration and this final year of, should I say, senioritis, that we are going to be bestowed with that special sheet of paper, the diploma. Armed with it, we are finally ready to take on the adult world. We can now apply for those jobs that we always wanted, the minimum wage jobs at Best Buy, Firestone, and H-E-B. And we're free. We can do whatever we want. No more work. From here on out, it's just fun. Except, not really. I've heard rumors that after high school, there's this other 4-year adventure, which is also a lot of work. I've heard it's called college. How many of you guys are going to college? Raise your hands. Yeah. That's 100%. Give it up for the class of 2017. So, after slogging for another 4 years, we'll get another sheet of paper, the college degree, and then we'll be working for another sheet of paper, yet another sheet of paper, on a monthly basis. And I'm sure that the teachers and the parents are well familiar with this one. It's the reason that most of us are here in Saudi Arabia, the salary check. So, it seems that there's no end to this workload. For the rest of our lives, we're just going to be working. But let's not worry too much. Because as poet, philosopher, and President of the United States, Donald Trump once said, if you're interested in balancing work and pleasure, just make your work pleasurable. That quote's proof that we can learn something from everyone. And speaking of learning, we're not done with that either. Just like work, for the rest of our lives, we're going to continue learning. Just yesterday, I learned something brand new. I went to Aramco to visit my friends, and I left the camp to show directions to another friend, except I also left my ikama inside the camp. So after a lot of calls to the security guard, I finally got it, but I learned something. First of all, never leave your wallet behind. And secondly, always think about an exit strategy. So, as Donald Trump said, work can be fun, fun can be work, and I personally think that learning is the best of both work and fun. So graduates, I ask you to follow Donald Trump's advice, enjoy your work, and make your fun enjoy work, and also always be students, never stop learning. After all, from here on out, you can do anything you want to, unless you're Indian, in which case you can still be any type of engineer you want to. But in all seriousness, it's been a wonderful journey with all of you, and I will cherish these moments for the rest of my life. Thank you.